exciting episode of Nessa Tries Boxycharm for the month of April. Boxycharm is trying to make it up to me this month because last month I did not receive my box until the very end of the month. Like, I got it 2 weeks ago. It was really late. It was a little bit annoying. I mean, I did keep up with them on their stories and they were saying they had some shipping difficulties. So I didn't actually end up posting last month's box because I was like, there's no point. It is so late. I'm already about to get my new box. And this time they sent it to me the earliest I've ever gotten it. Today's the 9th and I actually got it yesterday on the 8th. The earliest I've ever gotten it. So they're trying to redeem themselves a little bit there for sending the box so late, I think. And really quickly, I do want to mention my ears because I feel like I'm gonna get this question because, hey, usually I get some new people from Boxycharm. First off, welcome, I'm Vanessa Lopez and these are my ears. I just recently had them repaired, sewn closed, however you want to call it, from having stretched lobes. So I'm kind of keeping them under wraps. I have to keep them like this until Thursday. That is my appointment where if the stitches haven't dissolved by then, they're gonna remove them. So I have to keep them wrapped until then. So that is why I have the band-aids on my ears. And I just want to mention that because I feel like I'm gonna get that question. But now let's just go ahead and jump into the April box. So this month, this is their festival themed box. Here is what the little pamphlet looks like, of course, with all of the info on the back here, all the products you get standard. And here's a little sneak peek at the box. I did already take a peek inside of it before I sat down to film, just so I knew what makeup to have already applied. Let's start. The first item I'm pulling out here is by Luxie. This is the Summer Daze 3-piece brush set. Here's what the brushes look like, and it has a retail value of $28. These handles are adorable. It goes from the pink to kind of the gold back here. Is it gold? It kind of has like a brownie gold, like a bronze. We'll say a bronze instead of a gold. That's what that looks like. But it looks really cute. I believe this is also their festival themed because it's got the little Ferris wheel there. Very cute. It comes with a small contouring brush, a large shader, and lastly a small shader brush. I really enjoy Luxie brushes and I'm so happy whenever they put them inside of Boxycharm. The little mini set, I forgot what this one is called, but the ones with the gold handles, all with the smaller brush sizes that we got a few months ago, these brushes are amazing. I love using them. I use them almost every single day. Really great quality brushes, so I'm very excited to test these out. I wanted to pull those out first because I know exactly the next item I wanted to go into, and that is the Pure Festival palette. This palette has a retail value of $36. You get 12 pressed pigment shades. You get everything from mattes to shimmers to even glitters. Ooh, I want to swatch this. I'm hoping I didn't just shoot myself in the foot by putting on my foundation first. I didn't know this was a pressed pigments palette. Fingers crossed there's no crazy amount of fallout. But here are all of the shades. It looks like you get 6 shimmers, 2 glitter shades, and then it's 4 mattes. Let's do some quick swatches of these shades, just get a little feel for them. Ooh, but there is the entire palette swatched out. Does look really pretty. I wanted to just get a little feel for all the shades before I start diving into it. I know for a fact I'm gonna be using one of those glitter shades because that looks really interesting to me. And glitter formulas in palettes are sometimes kind of tricky to master, so I wanna see how the quality is of that. Now the only thing left to do is start applying some of these shadows, so let me get you closer. Since it says this is an entirely pressed pigment palette, I am gonna add some insurance. I'm gonna put a layer of powder underneath the eyes, just because sometimes pressed pigments can have a lot of fallout, and since I already have the whole base done, I don't want to risk anything. I want to be able to wipe it away easily, and I mean, if there is no fallout, all the better. I'll just wipe away the powder. I'll just have baked for a little bit. There we go. I got a good layer of powder underneath so I can just whisk anything away in case there is fallout. And I also did prime the eyelids with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Eden, so I'm all set to go. I feel like the best place to start is with the shade over here called Epic. That has a lot of kick up. I'm just gonna start working the shade all the way through the crease. This is my Sigma E40 brush. Ooh, good pigment right away. Also, so far, so good. I'm not seeing any kind of fallout raining down. Very happy there. Now this may be a very interesting look because I'm planning on packing on quite a few different shades here. I'm gonna take next the really bright pink shade because I want to see how that works, called Wild Child. I'm gonna take this on my Luxie 121 brush, and I'm gonna try to just put this right in the crease, slightly below where we put the shade Epic, which was that first transition shade. It does have some good pigment to it too. But I dip back into the palette just one more time. I want to amplify it just a little bit more. Man, for this being pressed pigment, I'm really impressed so far. We're gonna keep going though. We're gonna see if all of them perform like these two. I think I'm gonna end up using all 4 of the matte shades. I think that's where it's going. Because now I want to take this shade right here called Hidden Desert. And I'm taking this on my Sephora crease brush and I'm gonna work this out in the outer V. I don't want to drag it into the crease since we have that pink shade and that kind of burnt orange shade in there. I don't want to take away from any of those colors, so I'm gonna keep it strictly out in the outer V. Just maybe tucking it in like halfway in here just so it kind of merges together. That one has a little bit more fallout. I did really tap off the brush too, like with the other ones, because there's a lot of fallout when you first swirl your brush around in there. It's a lot of kick up, so I make sure I really tap it off. And even with doing that, there was quite a bit of fallout. I think it just depends on the shadow maybe. Very happy I put this base down now. Ooh, but I like that. I'm getting the kind of sunset vibes here. I mean, that's what the whole outside of this packaging reminds me of too. It's like Coachella at sunset. So that's the theme I'm going with here for the eyes. It wasn't intentional, but now we're already there. And now let's use that last matte shade, the All Night. I'm gonna use my Morphe Y19 brush. And this is just gonna be to add a little bit more depth out here, being kind of gentle. And I'm only putting the color on one side because what I like to do with these darker brown shades is just tap it in at first, build that color up. And then I'll do, if not all the product is off the brush, just take my little brush cleaner, the color switch I mean, run it along there, make sure all that pigment is off, and then I will lean it more towards the tip and just start swirling that around and blending it. Just so I pack the pigment on and then I blend. Ooh, yes, I'm liking that so far. Let's think about the all over the lid color. I want to try one of the glitters, but I only get one shot at this, so I think I'm gonna apply one of the shimmer shades underneath as a base too, so I can also get a feel for those, and then put a glitter on top. Yes, let's do that. I think I'll go in with Psychedelic. For that shade, I'm gonna take the new brush, the Luxie 245 small shader, give it a little spritz, and then we will just lay that on all over the lid. And there is a lot of fallout inside the pan when you're trying to grab this shade. It's kind of crumbly. Ooh, but that's pretty on the lid. And it's a good standout too. I didn't have to cut the crease or anything like that either. With the product kind of running out, I'll just drag it out halfway into the lid, start fading it out a little bit. Ooh, I love this. Now with no real extra product, I'm just taking that Y19 brush and just running along these edges. All right, and then really quickly, I want to use this brush again for the glitter shade, so I'm using my little color switch. Now let's dip into 24 Karat Magic. Ooh. It doesn't say anything about the shade on the little pamphlet you get or the back of the carton. So it doesn't say anything about this specific shade needing a glitter glue or anything like that. Let's just try to apply it, and I'm just gonna pat this on. I'm not gonna use any sweeping motions. I'm just really pressing it in. Holy guacamole. That is magnificent. Wow. It looks like it packs on really evenly too, so I could have probably done without the shimmery base underneath too. Wow. And just with the remainder of the brush, I'm just gonna kind of fade it out here into the rest of the shimmery shade. Gonna have it be like a faded out look. Like I said, I didn't put down any kind of glitter glue or anything like that. It just really packed on. And another really good thing about this glitter too is it's not a really overly sticky base. Whatever they have inside of here to kind of adhere to the glitter and put it on the lid, it's not disrupting anything underneath. It's just laying on top, which is really nice. I've worked with some, let's call them mediocre glitters in the past that are of the formula inside of a little palette or a single shadow, and they can just make everything move around. It's like they just put Vaseline in there, and whew, those formulas, they are not good. So I like this formula so far. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on it though as I'm putting on the rest of the makeup and see if there's any creasing or if it locks into place. I will definitely keep my eyes on that and then report back towards the end of the video. Let's do a little inner corner highlight. I'm thinking the Free Spirit shade up here. Taking that on my Makeup Geek pencil brush, and I'm just gonna pop that in here and a little bit up here on the brow bone as well. Now that we're all set on the top of the eyes, take a little powder on a powder brush and whisk away the bake catcher. It definitely ended up coming in handy. The only step left to do is the bottom lash line, and I want to do the fun color, the other fun color. I want to use as many as I can, as you guys can tell. I'm gonna go in with Gypsy, which this is supposed to be like a metallic shade, but when I swatched it out, it doesn't have that much shimmer to it. It seems like a little bit of a flatter metallic. I didn't use it all over the lid because I wanted something really pow in your face. I'm gonna attempt to use it with the Luxie 209 large shader that we got today. Attempt to just put this on the lower lash line. I'm wondering if you should use this wet since it's technically a metallic. Loading up the brush again, giving it spritz. No clue if this will work. Oh hey, I think that's helping it actually because it was a little bit dry going across. I'm gonna take this all the way across. Okay, this shade on the lower lash line is gorgeous. I am loving it! Woo! I really smoked it out too. I might just take a little blending brush, the pointed crease brush by Makeup Geek, and just help fluff it a little bit. Okay, now let's go ahead and pop on some mascara and lashes. I'm gonna use same old NYX Worthy Hype mascara plus the Violet Voss Just Slayin' lashes because I feel like this look, it needs some volume. Let me pop that on real quick and I'll be right back. The third item in the box is by Starlooks, the Ultra Gem Long Wearing Eye Pencil for $19, and this one actually surprised me. I was expecting it to be a black liner, and it turns out it's like a light turquoise color. Completely caught me off guard. I was like, wait a minute. This is in the shade Celestial. I may have a lot going on the eyes right now, but I still want to test this out. So I'm gonna plop this in the waterline just so we can get a little idea of how this little pencil performs. This is a lot of look right here, and not much is coming off here. Hold on, let me get closer to the mirror. All right, that's a little bit of a fail, which is kind of unfortunate. It's definitely not as beautiful and blue as it looks like right here. I see a little bit of shimmer, but it's a little bit tough to actually get this to work in the waterline. It's a little bit dry. So when you're working on your hand, you have to be a little bit tough and just really rub it in. And on your waterline, you have to be a little bit more sensitive. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a disappointment. Before we jump into the fourth product in the box, let me just test out this third brush, the small contour. And honestly, I don't really contour much anymore. I just like to take my bronzer and work that in as a bronzer. I will just test this out with my regular Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'll just use it a little bit more concentrated in the kind of contouring areas and then blend it up. Woo! That was quite heavy-handed at first there. Ooh, gave a sharp little, I like that. Let's take it up a little bit to the hairline. I quite like this brush. That's really nice. It gives a lot of precision, but still enough to be able to blend out. So you don't get just a straight harsh line. You're able to really fluff it up. So I think this brush does get a A+ for me. I think I'll just pop on some real quick blush. I'm surprised I haven't really started panning this thing yet because I use this every single day. L'Oreal Paradise Peach Enchanted Blush in Bashful. that, we're ready for the next product, which is gonna be by Artist Couture. This is their Diamond Glow Loose Powder Highlighter. I haven't heard of this brand before. I just haven't made a purchase yet. This is also $27. Wow. Ooh, look at it catch the light there. It's the one right in here. This is how my hands always look when creating a new eyeshadow look. Looks like it might be the perfect shade for me too, so I'm really excited. Let's take a highlighting brush. I take my Y14 brush and just dip into the cap here and apply it. Ooh, she glowing. And I was definitely right. This shade was perfect for me. Just a little bit down the nose too. And I do like that inside of this little loose highlighter, you can twist it so you can seal off the little part where you get the loose glitter out. So if you are just having it in your drawer, you put it in a bag or something, it's not gonna shake everywhere. So when you open it up, it's just all over the place. That is really nice. I like that little touch to it. And then fifth and last inside of the box is gonna be the Appeal Cosmetics Holographic Lip Gloss. This one has a retail value of $21. So let's put the swatch of the gloss right here. It's in the shade Trendsetter. Okay, when you catch it in just the right light, you can see some micro glitters in there that look like they have a little bit of a purple shift. I wonder how that looks on its own on the lips. I did wipe off the lip color I already had on, so that's why they look so dark and pigmented, because that's my natural lip color. I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on. I 100% would not call this holographic. This is not hollow. This is a purple shift iridescent kind of gloss. I'm wondering if you put a flashlight to it, how the gloss looks. I don't know, it just kind of looks glossy to me. I don't really see much of a shift. I mean, it is pretty. It's not a sticky feeling gloss, which is always good, but I feel like on its own, I was just expecting a little bit more when it says holographic lip gloss. It's a very subtle gloss, so I think I'm gonna put this on top of something else. So let me wipe that away again. And let me go in with some Can't Relate by Jeffree Star. Nice little nude color. Let that dry down for a second. And then once that's locked in, pop a little bit of this holographic lip gloss on. On top of something else, it does look really pretty. You know, it's a gloss. Not much more else I can say about it. I went back to check on the glitter to see if there was any creasing, and yep, right smack dab in the center, we got some creasing going on here. I'll just take my little brush and run it over it and see if I can just make it go back into place. But that is not good. But that was the last item for this month's Boxycharm. So let's talk about it. In total, there was 5 items this month with a grand total value of $131. Every time, that value always kills me. That is freaking awesome that they are able to do that. I'm a firm believer that Boxycharm does have some of the best values out there for the price of the box, because you only pay $21 and it's always over $100 in value. So I really love the value that they're always able to give you. But for this month's box, I have to say I did enjoy the box, but I mean, certain things did leave me a little bit like meh. I was loving the Pure Festival palette until I saw that the glitter started to crease. I will definitely try again and use a glitter glue underneath and see if that helps the creasing, but that is a little bit annoying because it doesn't say you need to add a glitter glue on it. It just says apply and, you know, good to go. I did just test out the ColourPop, I think it was the Sweet Talk palette. They had a glitter eyeshadow inside of it, and that was phenomenal. That was able to be put on the lid just by itself and it stayed put the entire day. So I was hoping it was going to be a situation like that, but it didn't turn out that way. The other formulas I did really enjoy. It was really beautiful, pigmented, blendable, all of that stuff. So my only real issue was with the glitter shade. The brushes I did enjoy. The gloss, I mean, I was expecting a little bit more. It's a gloss. The long wearing eye pencil, I wasn't able to get it to work. I mean, it looks like it is very long wearing on my hand, but that's not where it counts. I wanted to put it in my waterline, and the formula is just way too tough, way too dry to be able to glide along easily in the waterline. Another kind of like meh product. And then we'll end on a good note, which is the Artist Couture Loose Powder Highlighter. This one is now my favorite out of the box, kind of tied with the Luxie brushes because I do really enjoy Luxie brushes, but this was a really beautiful loose powder highlighter. I think it left a really beautiful shine to the face without it looking metallic-y. Definitely happy that was inside of the box. It was a little bit of a 50-50 split. Some of the products I didn't really enjoy too much, some of them I did. So that is the name of the game though with subscription boxes. You're not really sure what you're getting. It is a gamble. It kind of comes with the territory. So that is gonna wrap up today's Boxycharm for the month of April video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that little bell button. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!